he wouldn't talk to any girls while he was here. So Rika, the girl from the band, said to these two English girls, these are a very famous German folk band, and they mocked them. He was going, my boyfriend like this.
And we had to sing.
Any autographs?
Made them sing.
So gentlemen, welcome to Basildon.
Thank you very much.
We have here a visit from our distinguished guests from Heiligenhaus. We've had Andreas, for Thomas and Hannes. Hannes, you may all remember, is the man who made this chair some 6 years ago now. And so he's come back to see how it's weathering. I think he's quite impressed. And thank you very much, gentlemen, for coming. They're actually touring the park, a number of parks in Basildon, to talk about ecology and climate change, and working in conjunction with Basildon Council's departments who are also interested in the developments in this area in the coming future. So we look forward to perhaps coming and visiting you in Heiligenhaus as well. So, thank you.
You're welcome.
History and stuff. So what I suggested, we're going to walk that way round and kind of just show you our operation, what we do, any questions about how we manage bits and pieces like that. So we'll wander this way. Okay. It's this kind of transition. This was originally just farming fields. All the hills and stuff come from that housing estate. Okay. So where they dug out foundations, this was kind of the...
So it's artificial?
All artificial.
Okay.
But the only thing that is remnant of it is this old band, as you go further through, is ancient woodland.
Okay.
And this is the great thing about the British plan in the 80s, is that was an area of woodland called Millwood, which was ancient woodland, which was clearfelled to put the housing estate on, and then this is kind of the mitigation afterwards. So we have got a band of ancient woodland. What I'm going to walk you through, we'll walk through, there's this kind of scrub mosaic habitat that we've got, and then I'll walk you into the plantation, and you can kind of see how things have been planted and how they're going with us. There's a lot of ash in here as well, so you'll be able to see.
And twigs, going straight. But you have oaks underneath, so.
Yeah. But these are just the jays and stuff. Planting them in. But you can see it's in all of stuff in there. Poplar in there. Some of these oaks I think come up on their own accord, and a few ashes, just to try and make it quick and ambitious. And then we have a joke that most of our poplars don't be up like this when we lay down. And then we end up getting halves off. But they'll just come through the gangway and just keep it down. Originally it was all just amenity grassland, but what they did was they gave it to the countryside, which is the worst thing to do because we just let everything grow. So we've overseeded with wildflower mix. So we've got a local Scott Midlands supplier seed for clay. I don't apply any chemicals or anything. What we do is we cut it, we take the first couple of inches off, or just scarify it, and then we drill in, and then what will be will be. So it's a slow process, but you can kind of see the stuff that's come back up after hay cut. We have got some wildflower in there, so it's then making that process, because it wants to go to wildflower. It's got signs, it's got certain species that we recognise. It just won't ever go anywhere because naturally it's a farmer's field, but in reality it's just built up clay from a housing estate.
So that's all the old ancient woodlands surrounding that area?
Yeah, so there's pockets of it through. You've got to think where we just was, all of that originally was ancient woodland.
And what do you do like this?
And it's always been farmed. So most of the habitat type down here is meadows, grasses, and that kind of stuff. We've got some woodlands, obviously. Most of that not really woodlands, are like copse, thin pockets here and there. That's because you used to get your firewood. You get a little bit of product out of it. A few of them we get things like nut trees, which are like chestnuts.
Pine juniper.
Hat mir gerade erzählt, dass sie bei diesen sensiblen Produkten mehr Eigenkräfte wieder einsetzen, die Schulen auch, ne, sagen, und ich sag mal, große...
This is on a 12-year cycle. We come in, we've got a big forestry machine which just pretty much mulches stuff down to ground level because you can't really do this with hand tools.
No.
And we turn each plot back to that. And then what happens is it naturally then succeeds into this. And then as you go further down, it's slightly bigger. So we've got all these different ages, and it makes this mosaic. Lots of veggies, lots of stuff. There's lots always full of fruit and bodies and stuff in here. The birds to eat off of.
Yeah.
And it's kind of one of our. I think it's quite unique to Essex and this part of the country. We don't see a lot of it, but there's a lot of farmland birds that are in decline, like nightingale, turtle dove. They love this kind of stuff, and in here, in the spring, we've got 3 nightingale territories just in the scrub.
Oh, okay.
So we have one which is just down in that bottom corner. The other one kind of sits in that bit there, and the other chap normally is over in that corner. And they only seem to favour this kind of habitat. So you said you were at Wat Tyler earlier. Again, that's the scrub mosaic, so that's slightly longer. That's on a 20-year, but you get the same kind of birds come through, and it's a bit of an unusual habitat because it's stopping that succession from woodland. So it's grassland to woodland succession. This is the middle ground. We always come in and halt it. Because again, this was part of the parkland. And this was just short community grass. In the space of 10 years,
We're actually managing these areas correctly, how they should be. So we've got proper management plans, we've got work plans in place. The guys don't have an ecological background, but have an understanding of what's going on inside my head. I'm just not some nutter wanting to chop everything down. And then we're managing things properly. We're then surveying evidence in it and saying, look, it's working. But the public is so scared because obviously this site hasn't been touched, and all of a sudden we've come in like the past 3 years, we've been chopping it down. And we try, we stop, we talk, we explain. We've got volunteers and most down over 3 or 4 years, and it actually feeds the plant at the same time. It's all natural. And then also we've got our food waste mulch which we use. So we would come into here and we would try and make some chaos. So we try and break the lines up. So we would naturally do a 30% thin to take it out. We won't do it always in the standard way. So we'll try and ring bark the trees so we get dead standing. We'll fell trees into trees so they get hung up. And it's just trying to make it more natural because at the moment this is just...
Yeah, I was wondering, it's just lines of trees.
30 years ago. So I was part of the mitigation for the housing and the loss of the woodlands.
Oh, okay.
This is the planting.
Okay.
But you can see how it's just everything's regimental, so everything goes in a line, which is fine to start off with, but it's just nothing's been managed properly. So we need to come in here and start managing it. We need to start
Haben die auch Linien gepflanzt?
For some people, I mean, not many infected lungs, and it dies up not only one, but around 50 meters circle. Every maple is dying. And you can't do anything against. Some will survive, some not, and what you can do is plant new trees underneath as quick as you can. Because, as you said, 1 year the maple is okay, next year it's dying. Das ist die.
We normally just leave. We just if it's diseased and it's not going to cause a threat, we just leave it and let it do its thing.
Husrenkrankheit.
There's nothing we can do. Oak session moth, they say we technically have to burn it. So as soon as we get one, but again we have to get specialists in because we don't see it up. It's so dangerous.
Yeah.
Yes. This is what we have to hot liquor, hot water. This is the cold. So they are. I think these are about.
We have a
1,000.
machine.
Okay.
Yes, so we can do. Das ist dann die Gärung.
Yes, so this is one. So this is what we use for chilling. So with this, so basically water, as we would say, water for cleaning, but also for cooling.
Yeah.
So this one's the cold. So that's got an element at the bottom, and this is the chiller fat we need to. So we just sort of turn it up here with that ratty thing. So the pipes would go in here if we wanted to cool that down to use it for cooling, or it would go round the pipes round the back, and they would wrap around the fermenters. So if you want to cool those, so it's quite.
We do fermentation in this.
Oh, are you? Oh, okay.
With an automatic cooling.
Oh, okay.
So that we can control the temperature.
Right. Yeah, because I think with.
I have no knowledge
with
about
ours, it's very
anything of
much,
brewery, but I like it.
because of the kit, because it is quite. We do struggle